Hello again, friends, and welcome back once again to another video. This is a little bit different than what you're used to on this channel because today we are going to be opening a power cube. What is a power cube, you may ask? Well, it is generally thought of to be garbage. As you can see, this is basically a reselling of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now, there are rumors that they pull cards and only give bad cards and things of that nature. And today, I want to put that to the test, because this is like gambling if you grew up in the early 2000s, in the late 90s. So, what we're going to do is I am going to look through this power cube with you guys, and we're going to see if it adds up to the, let me check, give me just a second, to the $20 that this thing is valued at. Inside of this is supposed to be one structure deck, 50 count sleeves, 30 cards, and 3 bonus packs. Will there actually be good stuff in here? Every cube contains, there it is again, shows different card sleeves than the one on the front. I don't know which one's cooler, but and then we, see, here's a structure deck, and here's a structure deck. So, just got off work, went and grabbed this power cube from Walmart, and let's see what's inside. The only thing I've done to it, other than bring it home from work, obviously, is I put a little cut in the top here so that we could peel it. I would have even done that on camera, but I know how YouTube is about anything that could be deemed dangerous or fun. So, there's the plastic off of that. Okay. So let's go ahead and slide this bad boy open. Actually, before we slide it, taking that away from you guys, let's look at this one more time. The collectible products in this package have been purchased directly from the manufacturer or purchased on the secondhand market and repackaged for retail sales by MJ Holding Company. MJ Holding Company is not affiliated with the individual manufacturers or trading card companies contained within this product. All related trademarks and logos are trademarks of their respective owners. Now, reselling like that and repackaging is deemed illegal, so I'm not 100% sure how they get away with it. But I'm glad that they do, because this is fun content for YouTube and also, like I said, gambling for people in my generation. So this, I thought it was like a booklet or something. I think I see the card sleeves there already. Oh, that's going to pull the whole thing out, isn't it? Okay. All right. We'll do it this way. How about this? First thing we're going to pull out of here are card sleeves. These are actually kind of sick. Not going to lie. That is cool. 50 card sleeves. Now, hold on. Wait a second. Hold the phone. That is printed very, very, very... See, 50 count sleeves, which is what's in here. The thing about that is, though, is that most Yu-Gi-Oh decks are 60 cards. 50 count sleeves can also be misread in the store as 150 count sleeves. I mean, obviously the one's bigger. This is a not, like, it's a nitpicky point, but tricky. Okay. Anyway, let's get in here and look at some, is this the packs? Okay. Yeah. This is the packs, it looks like. These packs are very thin, so let's go through here and see what we got, eh? Reinforcement of the Army, Infinite Cards, the Wicked Eraser, Jack's Knot, Night Sword Serpent, Ice Jade Circle, first edition, Gunkin Ship Ikura Class Dreadnought. Please ignore my mispronunciation. Like I said, I just got off work, so I'm a little bit destroyed right now. Excuse me. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Gunkin Sunship Uni. Black Eyes, the Plunder Patrol Sea Guide. Armed Dragon Lightning. Cordius, the Trifastic Dealman. Heavy Beat Trooper Mighty Neptune. Judgment of the Branded. Tier Element Scream. Psychic Rover. Silent Wolf Kalupo. Prediction Princess. know I'm butchering this. Kashtira Ogre, Amazoness War Chief, Decisive Battle of whatever. That's actually really sick card art. That's cool. What does this do? CNC, while on the field. This is one thing about Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? I've never understood, because like in Magic and anything else, why is there a whole book down here for me to try to read? Blackwing Zonda the Dusk, the Great Noodle version, Silent Wolf again, Natura's Blessing, the Cannon Ninja, Full Bloom, Salamander Catalyzer. Now, I don't know if there was anything good in any of that right there by default. Let's go ahead and pull these out. These would normally be the cards that are like showing, I guess, but for the point of this trickery, they're not. Gravekeeper Spy, and I'm sure a Mole Cricket. I don't know if any of this is worth anything. I'm going to check in post before the video, or before I post the video. So there's that. Again, here's the card sleeves, the 50 card sleeves. Let's see. There's also a structure deck in here. Looks like it is the Mighty Master of Magic. So this is probably, this is the structure deck, it looks like, hold on, from back here. What's this one? I would have liked to have got the Dark Magician structure deck, because I don't really know that much about Pendulum Monsters. And in all reality, I mean, it's pretty cool. Nice holographic. I don't know what else is in this structure deck. I'm not going to bust it just yet, because I have more structure decks that I want to do on the channel and stuff, so we'll save that for a later date. But here we go. Our first package of cards. So, this is the Italian edition of these card packs, and all three of them are like that. Great. So we got some Italian Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Epic. I'm here for it. And these feel like very thin packs. I'm thinking that more than likely these are probably like some sort of promo pack from, I'm going to imagine probably like a kids meal type thing or something. Let's see what we got here. That is sick, but it's so sad to me that these are all in Italian. That's a cool holo though. So yeah, any concurrent value that these would have had, had they been English cards, like on the resale market, I mean, I guess maybe some Italian people would be interested in them. I don't know. But not that I'm in it for reselling or nothing. I'm just speaking on like a collector's point of view, because a lot of times whenever people are collecting cards like this, they, you know, you're looking at it for the resale value or for what it can add to your collection. And, you know, Pendulum Monster. That looks so cool on the camera. Does look wicked. I'm actually going to just stack these on top. There we go. And then our last pack for this cube. And then I will go look at the cost of these and come back. And we will, if I can, oh my god, I can't get them open. Watch as land struggles. I'm looking through the viewfinder on the recording, so. Fusion card, another cool fusion card, and another Pendulum Monster that I can't read. It's super cool though. The star holographics are really, really cool. I like those a lot. But yeah, that's what's in this package. I will be back with you in just a moment. So give me just a second and I will see if anything in this is worth anything at all. Okay, here comes the fun part where we figure out how we did. I went through the whole collection of everything we got, not counting the structure deck. Like I said before, it's still sealed right here. But we are going to go through and see how we did to see if we beat the $20 price tag. Now, the way that I do this is just for the rounding purpose, for the fun of the video. If we get something that, let's say, $2.50, for a round number, we'll bump up to $3. If it's $2.49 or lower, we'll round down to $2 just to give us a whole number because we're trying to beat the $20. So, coming in first, we actually have an Italian card, and this is SP17IT024, and it sells for approximately $2.96 online. So we're going to round that up to $3. So the first count on our $20 price tag is a nice big 3 buckaroonies. So let's go ahead and add that to the tally, and then let's jump to the next card. Our next offering is also coming to us from the Italian packs, and it is YuGiOh card number SP17IT021. It is a common Crystal Rose first edition Italian, and it sells for $2.16 American. On the internet, the euro price is like $1.90, so we're going to drop that down to a nice round $2. Let's go ahead and add that to our tally as well, and we will move on to the next card. Our next offering on the block is DDD Oracle King D-Arc SP17IT040 Starfoil Edition, right? Is ours the Starfoil Edition? It is not. So, the Starfoil Edition is the one that I found under that number, which from the picture that I'm seeing, it looks like it is the Star Rare, and it sells for $5. So I'm going to go ahead and bump this down and say $2 because that's the best reference point that I can find. So I'm going to go ahead and add another $2 on there. Now this one is kind of a guessing game because with some of these Italian cards, it's kind of hard to find reference points. But since that one isn't the Star Rare, we're going to bump it down to a $2. And here we have DDD Duo Dawn King Collie, SP17EN045 or IT045. Now, this one in particular is special because of the fact I do have the Star Rare on this one. And the one that I found, it's the exact opposite situation than the one we just had. So the one we just had was around $5 for the Star Edition, and we said it would be about $2 for the non-Star Edition. This one goes for $3 for the non-Star Edition, and I found one Star Edition of this card in English, and it was selling for $7, so I'm going to cut the middle and say $5. So I think I could probably get $5 out of it if I was to try to sell it. I'm not going to try to sell these. This is just for fun, but we'll add that to the total. Up next, we have Legendary Fisherman number 3, SP17IT028, so another Italian card. It's going online for approximately $2.51 American, so we'll go ahead and bump that up to the $3 mark and add it to our total. So far, the Italian cards have been carrying a lot of the weight here. Let's see if that continues. Up next, we got Jack's Knight, which is KICO EN028. And this card right here is kind of special because this is one of the only ones that I've been able to price off of TCG Player. So there is that. But the Near Mint edition directly from TCG Player is selling for $12.29. So we're going to bump that down to $12. And of course, you can find it cheaper. We're just doing, like I said, this is just for the fun of seeing if we can beat the price. So that's $12 American from TCG Player. Possibly the most realistic price we've had so far. So let's jump down to the next one. And I saved this one for last because this is a really, really good example of how the star rarity and stuff like that can very much affect these cards. Because this version of the sheep, it's SP17IT038. The Starfoil Rare of this, sorry, I lost my train of thought, goes for about $15. But this specific version goes for about $2. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw $2 in on that. I have seen it higher at like 3 to 5, but I've also seen it lower at 1. So I'm going to say 2 is a safe bet there. So the question now becomes, did we beat the price? Because I really feel like Jack's Knight is going to help us carry this one home. And obviously, with Jack's Knight being worth, you know, almost $13, if we were to piecemeal out the rest of these for what they're worth, which is like 35, 25 cents, whatever the case may be for the rest of these a piece, I'm sure that we could totally piecemeal out $20. And that's not even counting the structure deck or the value of this pack right here. So the question is, though, with our most expensive cards that we pulled from the packs, how much did we get? Did we beat the $20 mark? And drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen, because we did at $29. Now, of course, there is some caveats in there. Like I said, some of these prices were based off of eBay prices, and those aren't exactly what I would consider like set in stone prices. But with Jack's not carrying the brunt of the load, it turns out maybe these aren't the worst deal in the world. I would not say go out and buy one today by any stretch of the imagination. I definitely would not. There is no way that I would recommend any of you guys, let me get this back on here, that I would recommend that any of you guys go buy these power cubes because, you know, in all reality, they're just not that great of a deal. It's one of those things where you're really hoping to get some decent money out of it whenever you go to buy this. If you're buying it to have the cube and to get the card sleeves and to have a structure deck, like, okay, so these structure decks go for anywhere between $8 to $12 normally. So there's that right there. Plus the sleeves, these go for like $5. So really, you know, 17 bucks, 20 bucks, you get a couple packs of cheap cards and then a carrying block. So it's not the worst thing in the world. However, I do think that your money could be spent better elsewhere. But in this specific case, we got a little bit lucky. I just want to say thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with me today and watching this video. I know it's something a little bit different, but I'm just kind of dipping my toe in the water, trying out some new things for the channel, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So, as always, I've been Ham. You guys have been great, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to continue watching the commentary list gameplay videos as they're coming up, but I got some pretty interesting stuff coming your way here very soon. So, thank you guys once again, and I will see you guys again very soon. Until then, see you next time. Bye. Bye. So that was interesting. Had a lot of fun doing that.